Well, the first order of business this morning is a Tim Hortons coffee at my local Tim Hortons before we hit the road. Hi everybody, welcome to another Yukon Bob video. I've got the Seadoo here all loaded up and the tarp on it. Heading out today on a very hot day. We've got this thing called a heat dome that's building over top of us today, and that means we're going to have temperatures of 30, 31 degrees with the humidex. It's going to feel upwards of 40, 41 degrees, so I think it's going to be a good day to be on the water. And where are we going today? We're heading up to Gravenhurst. We're going to ride in the heart of Muskoka country in Ontario, and I'm going to be riding today with the Seadoo Tours Riding group. The first time riding with the group this season so far, and there's supposed to be 4 or 5 guys out, something like that, so we'll see when we get up there at Gravenhurst. For a lot of those guys, I think it's going to be their first ride of the year, so looking forward to riding with them. We'll see you up at Gravenhurst a couple hours from now in just a little bit. Well, we have made it an hour 50 minutes later to Gravenhurst, and the water looks very calm out there this morning. This is arguably one of the better boat launches that I've seen in all of Ontario. Firstly, thank you to the township of Gravenhurst for providing a free launch, and a pretty good launch at that. There's a launch on that side, a launch on that side, and there's also a launch over there. So 3 launches that are in pretty good shape, and then they provide free parking in a parking lot up there. So thank you, Gravenhurst, the township of Gravenhurst, for providing free parking and access to Lake Muskoka. That's not something that you see very often around Ontario anymore. So thanks for that. All right, we're going to get the cover off. We're going to get the Seadoo loaded up and get ready to head into the water. And it's going to be a 2 or 3 bandana day because it's 26 degrees or so and heading upwards today with lots of humidity, although it should be a little better on the water maybe, so a little cooler, but it's going to be a bandana day today. Yeah, it's already starting to get a bit humid, so it's going to be a hot one today, Greg.
Hot one.
Brought the bandana. I see your bandana.
Ready for the heat.
I've got my bandana. I even brought an extra one today. So who are we waiting for?
Phil.
Yeah.
And of course Scott.
Phil comes all the way from Sarnia, which is how long a drive from there to here?
4.5, 5 hours.
Yeah, 4.5 to 5 hours just to get here. Seadoo with us all day long, and then drive 4.5, 5 hours back to Sarnia. That's a commitment, folks. That's a long drive for him. He's not here yet, though, eh?
No.
Yeah, so he should be here in a second. Then we're waiting for one other guy, and we'll just about be ready to go.
Yep.
I think what I might do while I'm just waiting for the other 2 guys to arrive is just pop that drone up in the air. Oh, here comes one of the other guys right now. That's Scott. I'll pop the drone up in the air and just maybe get a couple of aerials. And Scott is in the water.
Put your plugs in, Scott.
Okay, a little push off from the dock. Let's get out into the bay, and we'll wait for everybody to just assemble in the bay in a couple of minutes when they get everything on their Seadoos and get ready to go. Pretty quick today. Everybody got here on time, and you know, got loaded very quickly, got backed in very quickly. This is an efficient operation, the Seadoo Tours Riding group. Everybody's done this a lot of times, so there's no newbies here. Everybody knows exactly what they're doing. I've reset the gauges, so we got all the trip information reset, ready to go. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty calm day out there. It's supposed to be winds of maybe 18, 15 later on this afternoon, something like that. Chance of perhaps a thunder shower. If there is, we'll have to get off the water, but it's just a little kind of overcast. But the prevailing thing today is it's just going to be hot, hot and humid. 28 to 30 degrees, maybe a little bit cooler on the water. That's what it is as a land temperature. But then there's this humidex value that's associated with that. So feeling like 38 to 40 degrees. So it's already muggy. This is going to be on a lot today just because it's so warm. It also protects the forehead from sunburn. I've got the rash guard shirt on today as well, so I can kind of keep the arms from getting burnt. And all the suntan lotion has been applied already. I feel like I'm actually organized. I've had a few minutes to get things ready. I got a couple of drone shots already. Had a chance to look over the equipment, the cameras and all that stuff before heading out. So I kind of feel like sometimes with a group, when you're riding with a group, you're really rushed to get everything done. I feel like I've had a little time this morning to kind of properly prepare and get ready to go. I also put some chapstick on the lips this morning. A couple of weeks ago, I got a sunburn on my lips and it blistered, and that was really painful. It lasted for about a week, so I'm not going to take any chances today. I've put sunscreen on the lips, and I've also put some Blistex on as well. I always carry Blistex with me on the Seadoo just in case I need it. Here comes Scott, the last guy to join us, the last guy to arrive. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5 machines today. Gonna put these, I call them baubles. They're like goggles. I think I showed them to you last week in the video. Kind of take the wind pressure off the eyes a little bit. My eyes have been watering a little bit more than lately on the Seadoo and felt a little bit sore. So I'm gonna start off with putting these right on today, just see if they help out a bit. So Greg, you're our guide?
Yes, so.
Okay. A lot cooler at speed. That air just feels really nice flowing by. Okay, this is our first no-wake zone of the day. There's kind of a bay where Gravenhurst sits on, and then you have to kind of get out of that bay to get out onto the bigger waters of Lake Muskoka. And this is the entrance way right through here, but it's 9K going through here. This is the lake with all of the really upscale cottages in cottage country in Ontario. Lake Muskoka, Lake Rosso, Lake Joseph, those lakes are where all the really beautiful cottages are. You know, there's other ones too, but there's a lot of money in some of these cottages on this lake, stuff that's worth, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 million dollars in that range. There's an area on the lake, it's called Millionaire's Row. At least it used to be called Millionaire's Row, but since just about everything on this lake is somewhere around $1 million, no matter what the heck you're buying, even, you know, downscale stuff, they now call it Billionaire's Row. I don't exactly know where that is on the lake. It's out here somewhere. There's kind of an area where there's all the really big cottages. Maybe we'll see it later today. Well, maybe you can see by that flag over there what the wind conditions are for today. The flag is basically just hanging down. I thought it was supposed to be a little windier than what it is out here. Like it was supposed to be like 15 to 18K. That obviously is less than that, but maybe it's going to pick up a little bit in the afternoon as the sun heats up. Right at the entrance here to Gravenhurst, there is a little lighthouse, just a little marker to show you the entrance to the inner harbor at Gravenhurst. Watch out for that Yamaha spray. Not exactly sure where Greg is taking us. This is just a dead-end bay. Or maybe he's got something in mind over here to show us. Whoa! I don't know. Is he drunk or is he lost? pack again, so I've got all this chop from all the Sea-Doos ahead of me to contend with. That's what happens when you're the videographer. Taboo. Oh, this is Taboo. I've heard of Taboo. It's expensive. That's a really expensive place to stay. It's probably $700-800 a night or something like that to stay there. Maybe a little cheaper, but Taboo, yeah, that's a nice place on Lake Muskoka. So we got a new team leader today. Andrew is not here, so Greg's kind of leading the ride today. And he's taking us to a whole pile of places on this lake that I haven't seen before. We're kind of dipping into all the bays on this lake, going back into them. Normally we go screaming down this lake at 70-80 kilometers an hour. We're slowing it up to about 50-55 today, which is kind of nice. And just pulling in and out of all these little bays. There's a marina here. I think it's called Allport Marina. I've never been in here before, never seen that. So just kind of meandering along the coastline of Lake Muskoka, pulling into all the bays and then sort of back out and just getting a little bit of a sense of the lake today.
That way will take us to Santa's Village.
To where?
Santa's Village.
Santa's Village? What the hell do we want to go to Santa's Village for? It's summertime.
That way it'll take us to a restaurant and around back to the lake.
Okay.
So and Santa's Village is about 10 kilometers up the river. Now
Who votes for Santa's Village? Nah.
we're going that way.
Okay, we're going the other way. Nobody wants to go to Santa's Village today. It's just too hot. Just going through this little channel in here, it gets really narrow and shallow. Oh, look at these lily pads here. These ones have got flowers on them. Greg, go down the slide. It looks to me like the cloud is just beginning to start burning off now that we had that high overcast cloud earlier in the morning. Looks like it's starting to burn off a little bit now, so we could be in for more intense sun for the rest of the day. You know, you don't want to run out of Sea-Doos when you're living on the lake, have a cottage on the lake. You need your Sparks in the back, then your 300s or 230s, whatever they are, up front, right by the boathouse. Of course, you got to have a couple of boats inside there too. What a great property. And then the massive cottage right up on the hill. I'm going to have to gun it if I want to catch up to them. There's a better indication of the wind. Still pretty good, maybe 15K, 10K, not that heavy. This looks like a bit of a resort area. Yeah, all the places up top, and then kind of the boathouse right down below. These chairs, appropriately enough, are what they call Muskoka chairs, and we're on Lake Muskoka. So this is where they got their name from. These are all over the place, all over North America now, but this is where the name came from. At least I think that's the truth. Muskoka chairs. So that is going to be the lunch spot for today. That's Turtle Jack's in Muskoka. And as you can see, there's lots of dockage here. You can kind of get on the inside in there and tie up. So there's lots of places to tie up. Restaurant right up there on the water. So great spot to have lunch. It is about 20 to 12. So we beat the noon rush, if there is such a thing as a noon rush on a Tuesday. Looks like a spot right in here. There, that should do it. Let's turn that off. Pull the key. So we disconnect the power, everything will shut down. We're not wasting power. Do they have takeout? Maybe we could just eat right on the Seadoos. Okay, let's go have lunch at Turtle Jack's. Oh, we're at the Tiki Bar today. Tiki Tiki. Where am I? Oh, okay. Look at that, you walk in here and you have a cocktail rating for you. A Belgian Moon beer.
Turtles, I'll tell you. That's it.
Now I know beer, Seadoos don't totally mix, but with just one beer with lunch.
Something like that.
There's not much going on back here.
I was going to say, you're like...
But it's quite the view.
A couple of days.
Quite the view.
Quite the view.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Get the umbrella.
So the forecast for today was calling for winds of about 15, 18 kilometers per hour. And I think we're a little less than that. Just looking at that flag here in Port Carling blowing, that looks, it could be 15K, something like that. So there's just a little bit of ripple on the water out there. It's not too bad at all today. Absolutely. Okay, Turkey Club. What do you got? Chicken fingers? And I've got a Greek salad, burger. And Scott, what do you got?
Steak sandwich and Greek salad.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Everybody's trying to eat slow.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit, guys.
Okay, so that's lunch at Turtle Jack's in Port Carling. I'm going to head down to the Seadoo, just a couple of minutes in front of everybody else, get a couple of things done, change some batteries in the camera, do a few things to get set so I don't have to hold everybody up when they are ready to go. Don't know if I'm going to get the drone up in the air tracking me or following me anywhere today. Kind of riding with the Seadoo Tours Riding group, and there isn't a lot of time for that, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the rest of the afternoon brings, but for now, we're just cruising along Lake Muskoka, and I don't think we're going to be going into Lake Rosso through the lock. I think what we're going to end up doing is heading over to Bala from here. Bala's this really pretty little area. Cranberry capital, I think it's called, of Ontario. Head over to Bala, and then from Bala, there's a beautiful little ice cream shop right up there. We might go and have an ice cream there. Doing pretty good so far today. I've only had to use just the one sweatband today, which has been okay. The saving grace in all of this is today is that when you're moving at speed out on the lake or you're cruising around on the water, it's a lot cooler than when you're just standing on land. So on land it could be upwards of 40 degrees with the humidex, but out on the water a little cooler than that. So we're going to pack it up here. I've got some batteries changed and I think we're ready to head out of Port Carling and out of the Turtle Jacks and make our way over towards Bala. So I've been following this news out of the United States over the last number of days, and it's kind of looking fairly desperate for DJI drones, which is the drones that I have. In the United States, it's looking like Congress has, I think, already passed, and it's now on the way to the Senate, a bill which contains an element of DJI legislation within that bill that would ban DJI drones in the United States of America. And this is looking like it might actually happen. Now, the government and the people sponsoring this bill are citing that it's all about national security and it's all about protecting the homeland, that sort of thing, because China is the country that builds DJI drones. They have about 75–80% of the world's drone market captured because they are so innovative and they build really good drones. And in the United States, the competition just isn't there. It doesn't exist. So what I think is really happening here, what it seems to me anyway, is that they're trying to ban these drones in order for the capitalist country of America to be able to wipe out DJI as a competitor and allow time for US companies to compete with DJI in the drone sector. And it's not just the drone sector, it has to do with communications, radio frequency communications from the drones, and they also of course make cameras and things like that that have radio frequencies attached to them. So what I'm hearing is that if you already own some of these DJI products, you're going to be able to use them, but anything new would be banned. You would not be able to update the technology as it gets newer and gets better. You just would not be able to replace a DJI drone with something newer and better as it comes out. And DJI is a company that is always innovating. So I'm not sure exactly where this is going and what the implications are going to be for those of us here in Canada. You know, we may end up following suit with this through Transport Canada. Or there may be pressure from the United States for us to do the same thing. I don't know. But I'm hearing a lot of chatter about this, and I'll keep you up to date on it. Just because for me and other people who use drones just recreationally, this could be a real problem if this ban goes through in the United States. Tandem jet skis. Back to the no-wake zone. Oh my God! Well, I'm definitely going in the water now because I have just been soaked. I'm already wet, Scott, so it's not going to make any difference now. Oh, that feels good. Yeah. Oh. 23 Celsius apparently. 72, 73, something like that. got a little bit of an audio problem here, but we cruised into this dock. This is the town of Bala, Ontario, and we made our way over here from Lake Muskoka to get an ice cream. So we almost had a really serious problem. I didn't think I'd be able to walk up to the ice cream store and get ice cream because of the malfunction with the water shoe, but we have fixed that problem with a little bit of gaffer tape. Phil had some tape and a knife, so we've just wrapped it around. It shouldn't flop around. I should be able to walk up and get ice cream now. Problem solved. I wish Seadoo would come up with an invention where they could have a little latch or something on the main hood covers where they could drop the hood cover down. You could put a little padlock on, just kind of lock it, so you could leave stuff and walk away and have it secure for half an hour, something like that. They have to do that.
Bob, you'd be okay because you left it last time, remember?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'll be okay this time. So this little trail just leads up from the water. To get to the ice cream shop in Bala, you got to kind of walk down the road over that way and go up the road a little ways. And there's a really neat ice cream shop. I've showed this before in some past videos, but I'll show it again because that's what happens. You start showing the same stuff over and over. But it's a really kind of a collector Coca-Cola store. Ice Dreams, home of the Lucky Duck Fudge. The first hint is the door handle. It's a Coca-Cola bottle. And then it is nostalgia plus once you get into the store. Everything Coca-Cola. Hats, t-shirts, cups, saucers, bottles, clocks. It's all about Coca-Cola. Oh, excuse me, Phil, that's my air conditioning. Move over a bit, please. What are you having, Peter? Peter, what are you having?
Butterscotch triple.
Butterscotch triple. Oh, that's a big one. I think we might need one more chair, guys. Well, it's been a couple of years. Peter bought last time, I bought this time. And next time somebody else will buy. Who will it be? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, we've just walked back down to the dock from the ice cream shop, and I think, guys, that's going to do it here for this Yukon Bob video. We're just going to make our ride back now to Gravenhurst, and we've already been up that part of the water, so I don't think I'll shoot that on the way back. Just going to say thanks very much for coming along on this Yukon Bob Seadoo adventure. Lake Muskoka today, all the way from Gravenhurst up to Port Carling, lunch at Port Carling, over to Bala for an ice cream, and then we're going to make our way back. So thanks, stay safe on the water, and we shall see you guys on the next Yukon Bob video. Till then, stay safe. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.